I want y'all to really lock in with me right now because I'm gonna talk about something that I don't think I haven't seen anybody talking about it, but I have to talk about it. We have to talk about how problematic the Damon Wayans Shannon Sharp interview was, right? It it was so he made so many problematic statements, like so many problematic statements in there. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing the things that he said that people are just like turning a blind eye to. I'm telling you, I was shocked. Like the more I listened to it, the more I was like, oh. Now, y'all can feel whatever type of way. This is not me bashing Damon Wayans. I think Damon Wayans is funny. He's always been one of my favorite actors, one of my favorite personalities. No doubt about it, man. He's a fucking cornerstone of the culture. The whole Wayans family is. You know what I'm saying? But this was a lot. I can't not talk about this. I can't. I have to. Exhibit A.
You were married for 15 years. What do you learn about marriage? What do you learn about yourself during marriage?
I was married 19 years.
19, damn.
Yeah.
I shorted you for. My bad. I'm going to add it back on.
It's cheaper to keep her. That's what I learned. Or cheaper to kill her.
Keep her. We going to kill her.
But
Now, Cat Williams said that rape is never funny, right? Nor is femicide. Am I tripping? Because what? It's cheaper to keep her or it's cheaper to kill her. I know y'all, that's a joke. Do I have to do it? Do we have to do it? I haven't had to do it in a while, but let's do it again. Just so I can make sure I'm not tripping. The pyramid of violence. Let's look at that. At the top, there's homicide. Now, he made a joke about homicide, about killing a woman. The mother of his children, right? Attitudes and beliefs are at the bottom. Sexist, homophobic, transphobic jokes. Making a joke about killing your wife, I would 100% put in the attitudes and beliefs category. That's a sexist joke. Problematic language and objectification. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm sorry. I don't know how to tell you that. That is a problem. That's a problem. Gender-based stereotypes. I would also throw that in there too, because there are shades of that in that joke. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I know people, again, I know y'all are on that like, oh, y'all so sensitive nowadays. Yeah. Yes. Look, man, this is about evolution. We see how bad things can be for marginalized groups of people when we allow these types of practices to play out in our society. It is okay for us as a species, as a society, as a community to clock that shit and want to stop it. That is the evolution of humanity. That is how we evolve. If we just keep going, well, it was funny 60 years ago, so it should be funny today. That's not how we move forward. It was funny 5 years ago. Why isn't it acceptable today? That's not moving forward. Right? So, yeah, I'm going to challenge stuff like this every single chance I get. I don't care who does it. This is crazy.
Click and have, some clothes in their locker. I show up at school. Put your suit on, clown. I know the game. Why you ain't dressed up, clown?
As a child, what would you say your favorite meal was?
Beans, franks, sauerkraut, mustard, rolls, and beans, franks, sauerkraut, mustard, and rolls.
Sauerkraut.
Oh man, when you pour sauerkraut, it's just something different. It's good.
I ain't gonna hold you. I fuck with sauerkraut the long way on my franks. Sauerkraut on your franks, man. Hey, in my old age, I don't know. That shit delicious. I don't know what I was thinking. Relish is bomb too. When I was younger, I did not relish the idea of relish, but now I do.
So you eating beanie weenie?
Yeah, pork and beans with sugar on it. Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, your dad worked 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm. He still wasn't making enough.
But he dog tired when he get home. David, how he had time to whip ass?
Yeah, oh, he found a way.
He worked overtime, did
Yeah, he had some sauce. He had to look up for drinks.
Hold on. You got in trouble for stealing from your dad.
I stole 15 cents from my father, and he missed it. And I'm like, I don't ever want
y'all that poor. He missed 15 cents.
15 cents. Came downstairs, followed me down the stairs, and like a school bully, threw me against the wall. Where my money? And I'm like, I know I didn't take no dollars, so I'm just like, what? And I had it separated in my pocket, right, because he had to change, and my father searched me.
Oh, he pat you down. He stopped and frisk.
Took that's my nickel. 1964. That's my nickel. And he beat me right there on the stairs like a dude off the street.
Damn.
And like I said, I don't ever want to be that poor that I missed 15 cents. But that's with me today.
So you think that that's the moral of that story? Like, that's fine, but that's the moral of that story, because that's not the moral of that story to me as a parent, as a father. That's not the moral of that story. But let's keep going.
That's part of my motivation.
Damn. Did your siblings see it? When y'all got whippings, did they make fun of y'all?
All the time. We mock you as soon as you go.
Yes, daddy, yes. That make it worse.
That make it worse. It was worse than the whooping.
But how important do you think having your dad in your household, given what you know now, how important do you think that is to have a black man in the household?
The greatest gift my father ever gave us was coming home.
If this shit ain't the lowest of the lowest bar. So your daddy used to come home and beat you like a nigga that he didn't know on the street. He would beat you like a bully would beat his victims, right? He would live. You just said this is bullying. He was bullying you as a child, right? And then you said that the greatest gift he gave you was coming home. Like, come on, man. Am I tripped? This not problematic. Joking about getting abused, making jokes about abuse, the abuses of children now. Like, come on, y'all. I don't know. I'm just we gotta get past, like, this is not funny. I'm sorry. This isn't funny. I apologize. Damon Wayans is funny as fuck. He can do better than this now. This is not funny. This is not an honest critique of his childhood, if you ask me. He is telling the truth about his childhood, but he's not criticizing it. Right? And I'm not here to protect abusers. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care if that was your daddy. Tell the truth. That man was abusive. Tell the truth. If your mama was abusive, tell the truth. She abused you. Don't give us a half truth. You just said it without saying it, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not making an assumption about your father or your mother. You told us repeatedly throughout this interview that they both laid hands on y'all. He said his mama slapped him on the ears, like shit, like in his face, like, wow. What? That's abusive. And you all just up here like, and then this is crazy.
Damn. That's deep.
Because my mother didn't make it easy.
And then he instantly pivots to blaming his mother, right? Instantly pivots to blaming his mother. Remember, attitudes and beliefs, sexist, transphobic, homophobic jokes, right? Traditional gender roles, gender-based stereotypes. That's what I'm telling you, that's exactly what this is. This is where it falls right into these categories, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
He was a dumb MFer and all kind of stuff, because he did, she wanted stuff in life, like new underwear, like stuff she couldn't.
This is not a stereotype of women. Listen to what he's saying. This is what I'm saying. This isn't a stereotype of women that he's telling right now.
was coming home.
Damn, that's deep.
Because my mother didn't make it easy. He was a dumb MFer and all kind of stuff. Because he did, she wanted stuff in life. Like new underwear, like stuff she couldn't just little stuff.
You mean necessities? She wanted stuff in life. You mean toothpaste, underwear, socks? What the fuck? Why? And here's my thing. Y'all can say whatever. They had 10 goddamn kids. What does that usually signal in that day? You think that woman wanted 10 kids? You think that woman wanted them 10 babies? You don't think that was on, you think that was on accident that woman had them 10 kids? Like all signs are pointing to the most, like traditional relationship back then where the man was, sexually abusive to the woman, impregnating her all the time. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But he just like, I mean, my mama wasn't good, wasn't easy to get along with. And I know somebody that has said this about his mama too. And I remember having a conversation with him and I was like, but what was your father doing? Like, or what was like just because you heard your mama yelling at your daddy, don't mean that your daddy wasn't in the wrong. Now, me personally, I'm big on this because my son, me and my wife try to hide our, issues or whatever you want to say. We try to hide them from our sons, right? As much as we can. I also don't mind having discussions in front of them. You know what I mean? Because neither one of us are belligerent or, you know what I mean? Like we're not extreme in our discussions. Even when they're heated, they're not extreme. They're just heightened voices and, things of that nature. Shortness, right? But for my son, that gets to him. Like he doesn't, because he's not used to that. That's not, you know what I mean? Like that's not how we communicate with each other on the daily. So he could tell instantly, like, yeah, that's a problem. But anyway, so my son, he oftentimes, when we're talking about these things, he'll tell me, like when we have the discussion, he'll be like, yeah, I heard mommy yelling, but you weren't yelling, or whatever the case may be. And I'm quick to be like, I hear, you know what I'm saying? It's easy for me. If I wanted to, I could plant seeds in his brain against his mama easily, right? But I'm very quick and I try to be as honest as I can. And I tell him, I'm like, nah, but daddy deserved it. Like your mom gets frustrated with me a lot of times and I have to like walk him down like where that came from, and I'm like, I understand why she was yelling at me in that, in that moment or whatever. And I was a little upset, but I understand why she felt that way or whatever the case may be, and I do a lot of damage control when it comes to that because I don't want my son to ever get the impression that his mother is like yelling at me unnecessarily or she's acting out, just because she's a crazy, hysterical woman. Like that's not what's going on at all. That woman is reacting 90% of the time, 99% of the time to the things that I have done or am doing to her, right? And I know that. So I'm trying to be as honest as I can, right? Without just, you can't, there's a certain way you can communicate with a 9-year-old about that, but I'm trying to be as honest and as forthcoming as I can to make sure he doesn't grow up to be like Damon. So he doesn't grow up to be like this, like the other gentleman that I know when he talks about his daddy and his mama, and he throws his mother under the bus and says his mom, she was hard to get along with, things of that. And he uses very similar language to this, very similar language.
Makeup and get a hair that couldn't do it. But he came home humble, Sometimes he had to tell her there ain't no food. What? Mr. Provider, you ain't got no food. And you trying to tell me what to do?
Wait, so you didn't clock that? So he was trying to control her. And she was like, you can't even make enough money to provide for us. All these fucking kids you keep shooting me up with, impregnating me with. You can't even provide for them. Yeah, I can understand why your mom would be mad. And him saying it in real time and saying like, oh, well, yeah, my mom wasn't easy to get along with because of your dad, because of your father, not because of her.
Yeah. So, but that was the gift. That's like, you come home. It doesn't feel good, but.
So he's working 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He has to provide for this family. And when he gets home, your mom doesn't make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Marlon said he could have easily understood if Pop would have checked out. Because it wasn't easy.
We used to say, what? Hit her or something.
Damn.
Again. Harassment, threats of verbal abuse, actual action, name calling, isolation, monitoring, put downs, telling the father, egging the father on to hit their mother, crazy, laughing about it, crazier. I mean, both of them are crazy, but even now at this age, laughing that he used to tell his father to abuse his mother physically is crazy. That's like, are y'all? I can't believe how many people I've been seeing like sharing these videos and acting like this shit is funny. Like I think like initially I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, Damon's funny. And I was laughing at everybody's reaction. Then I really sat down and listened to this shit. And I was like, what? Wait, what? Now I'm like, this is terrible. Like almost everything he said was terrible in his interview. Like, what the fuck? This is atrocious.
Out to the wee hours of the morning.
And you tagging along.
Eddie would actually bring me, my wife, and my sons on boat rides. Like he would rent a yacht and go around the marina, and I was the only family of just all these pretty women. And Eddie and his boys.
You were like,
yeah. And Eddie would come over, always make time to come over and sit down with us and go, y'all got something special. This is what I want. And they go, now I'm gonna go get some. But that was so wonderful for me and to see that life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I never had it on that level. No. You know what I mean? I was married from, since 1984 or something like that.
Why did you need to see it? What was the appeal in that? I'm confused.
So I didn't.
Damn, you ain't get a chance to enjoy the single life of your stand-up.
I did. I broke up my marriage. Don't worry. Don't worry. I broke up my marriage.
That man's sick. Oh, I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Now remember, he said it's cheaper to keep her or cheaper to kill her, right? But then he just said he broke up his marriage, and this is what a lot of men be doing. That's why I be like, why are you acting like she did this to you? You cheated on her. So it wasn't cheaper to keep her. It was cheaper to not cheat, right? Wouldn't that be the cheaper to not cheat? Cheaper to respect my wife, cheaper to respect my vows. More healthy.
And I regret it.
Really?
Yeah, because when in show business, you think that this chemistry you got with this person, this actress is like special and pure. And then what you don't realize is she gonna go do that on the next role with somebody else.
Again, blaming the woman, right? Playing into a stereotype about women, traditional gender roles, gender-based stereotypes. That's what he's talking about. Gender-based stereotypes, right? I mean, she just gonna be with the next guy, not taking any accountability for him being the problem in this scenario because he's the married one. It's we had this. She made me believe we had this chemistry. She was just acting as if that was the problem. Her acting as if they had chemistry was the problem, not him not respecting his wife. It was her acting as if they had chemistry. That was the actual problem. Okay, gotcha.
And you be like, but I left my wife for you. Yeah. You know what? Tell her the stuff you told my character. She'll take you back. You'd be like,
damn.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
You got an opportunity to do Eddie up close and
what? Again, like she's this evil, maniacal person. I left my wife for you. Why? Did she tell you to leave your wife? I'm sure she didn't. You left her on your own. Like, man. So are you seeing the theme? Like, am I like, I just want to know, you guys let me know in the comments, am I tripping? Because I'm listening to this cringing the whole fucking time. Like, this is so cringy. This is crazy. This is that was very, very, very odd. All of that was odd. And there's more stuff. I got even more parts. I don't even want to go into all of them, to be honest with you. Right. But like I said, this is no hate of Damon. It really isn't. I like Damon Wayans. I really do. I really do. Like, you guys know, if you guys be on my channel, Oswald Bates, I quote In Living Color all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mo Money was one of my favorite movies growing up. Shout out to Stacey Dash when she was black. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was, I fucks with Damon. I fucks with the Wayans, but this shit right here, man, we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this. Please leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know how it made you feel. What did you think about it initially? Do you think it was just a joke? Do you believe in the concept of quote unquote just a joke? I don't. Let me know, please.